The War of 1812. January 1814. The war thus far. In January 1814, most of the action in the War of 1812 will transpire in the southern U.S. as part of the Creek War. It's too cold to fight in Canada anyway, and besides, everything on the Niagara frontier has been burned to the ground. Down south, Andrew Jackson receives 1,000 new troops on 60-day enlistments, and along with his Cherokee and Creek allies, determines to strike a quick and dirty blow against the Red Sticks. The Red Sticks, Creek warriors fighting the United States. The Americans make camp at Emukfor Creek. Emukfor Creek. And yes, I know I'm mispronouncing these Creek names. I've done the best I could to try to learn the proper pronunciation, so I apologize in advance and we'll go with what I got. The Americans make camp at Emukfor Creek, 3 miles north of the Red Stick stronghold of Horseshoe Bend, setting the stage for the Battle of Emukfor, January the 22nd, 1814. Jackson warns his men to beware of a nocturnal assault, and early in the morning of the 22nd, the Red Sticks attack, but are driven off. Jackson loses 5 men killed, with 20 wounded, while the Red Sticks suffer 24 dead, wounded unknown. At dawn, Jackson sends General John Coffee to reconnoiter the Red Stick base, and he returns to report it to be firmly defended. Firmly defended. Too firmly for the Americans to attack. Shortly after Coffee's return, the Red Sticks mount an assault on the U.S. right flank, which Jackson rightly assumes is a feint. So when the main Red Stick attack comes on the left flank, the Americans are ready for them. The Red Sticks have adopted the two-pronged strategy, the two-pronged attack strategy that Jackson has successfully employed against them. Coffee is wounded during this second assault, and 4 American troops are killed. Jackson's force moves slowly back to his base at Fort Strother, on the alert for another attack, which comes 2 days later, January 24th, as the troops cross the Anita-Chopko Creek. The Anita-Chopko Creek, an engagement known as, wait for it, the Battle of Anita-Chopko. 500 Red Sticks attacked the American rear, targeting the artillery, but Lieutenant Robert Armstrong manages to deploy his cannon and fires grape shot at the attacking warriors. Many of Jackson's men had run off, but now returned to fight, and after an exchange of fire, the Red Sticks withdrew after losing 26 more warriors. The American butcher's bill for the 2 engagements was a hefty 24 killed and 71 wounded. But Jackson hoped this sacrifice might act as a diversion and keep the Red Sticks from attacking John Floyd's army, which was advancing from Georgia. It didn't. And the Red Sticks attacked Floyd on January 27th in what becomes known as the Battle of Calaby Creek. On January the 18th, Floyd leaves Fort Mitchell with 1,200 Georgia volunteers plus 400 Creek allies. Objective, the Red Stick camp at Othawally on the Tallapoosa River. As the enlistment period for most of Floyd's volunteers is set to expire, he too hopes to strike a quick and dirty victory. Near their objective, and near the Red Stick town of Otosi, the Georgia troops begin constructing a fortified enclosure called Camp Defiance, which the Red Sticks determined to destroy. Using handheld weapons, for they are short of ammunition, the Red Sticks attack at dawn on the 27th. 1,300 Red Stick warriors pour out of the nearby swamps and overrun the camp, the fighting becoming intense once the Georgia officers rally their men. The Red Sticks try to capture Floyd's 2 artillery pieces, but several rounds of grape shot, followed by a Georgian bayonet charge, forces them to retreat with the loss of around 49 warriors. Once again, American casualties are high, 22 dead and 147 wounded. This will be the Georgians' last appearance in the Creek War, as Floyd's army will limp home and his men return to civilian life. But did anything else happen in January 1814 not related to the Creek War? Well, the short answer is yes. On January the 28th, HMS Nimrod, Captain Nathaniel Mitchell, anchors off the coast of Falmouth, Massachusetts, intent on revenge. 1 week earlier, Mitchell's crew had attacked an American sloop which had run aground off Falmouth, only to be fired upon by the local militia, and one of Mitchell's men died while another was wounded. Mitchell demands the surrender of a Nantucket sloop anchored in Falmouth Harbor, as well as the town's 2 3-pound brass cannon. But Captain Weston Jenkins told the British to come and get them. Specifically, "If ye want the cannon, come and get them, and we will give ye what's in them first." Well, at least he didn't say nuts. Sorry, wrong war. Mitchell gives the Americans 1 hour to evacuate women and children before he opens fire. During the subsequent bombardment, some 30 buildings will be damaged, and the Yankees will spend a sleepless night, awaiting a British landing, which never comes, as Nimrod sails off the following morning. I'll leave it to you, dear listeners, to determine if Mitchell had exacted his revenge on the people of Falmouth or not. Thus, January sees lots of action in the Creek/Red Stick War, plus a bombardment from the sea. But the frozen residents of the Niagara get a break from hostilities. Perhaps there really is nothing left to burn. Will February 1814 bring more of the same? Stay tuned. If this is your first visit to 1812 channel, my name is Warren and I'm your host. I'm not a historian, nor am I an expert on the War of 1812. Instead, I'm a student wishing to learn about the conflict. Each month for the roughly 3 years of the war, I will outline the major events. I will also review a book on the war, or at least try to. Once again, I would like to thank author D.R. Westhouse, whose unpublished book, The War of 1812, A Chronology of the Military Actions, 1812 to 1815, provided most of the script of this video. But any errors are strictly my own. Did I miss anything? Any errors? Then let me know in the comments below. And when the barrage lifts, cheers! Pictures used in today's video were some historic nature scenes, courtesy of Pix Here, that's PX Here, while the music was the stirring Prelude and Action by that patron of the internet, Kevin MacLeod.